I'm Reuters columnist James Saft. Now that we have the pre-election Federal Reserve meeting out of the way, we can go back to worrying about the real issue. Not who's going to be president, but who that president will slot into Ben Bernanke's parking spot when his term as Federal Reserve Chairman runs out in January 2014. Bernanke supposes has been telling people he's not going to stand for a third term, and markets are understandably jittery. First off, the Fed, as expected, did little, leaving rates on hold and reiterating its commitment to buying $40 billion a month of mortgage bonds. The only change I saw in their statement that was important was an acknowledgement that growth and business investment, in contrast to housing, is on the wane. You wouldn't expect them to make a big splash just 2 weeks ahead of the election, so this is not at all unexpected. So, what are they going to do in their December meeting after the election? My guess is pretty similar. Rates stay on hold, reiterate that commitment to keeping them near zero, but they will extend their buying of treasuries into 2013. To do anything else would be tantamount to tightening, just as we're going into these negotiations about the fiscal cliff. So, what's the skinny with who's going to replace Bernanke? My guess is that this is probably being made a little bit too much of by financial markets. If Romney wins, I would expect it's unlikely that he's going to appoint somebody who's very pro-strong dollar, a John Taylor figure. That, I think, would be too difficult for growth, and he would see that as being against his administration's best interest. The other people are going to be pretty similar to Bernanke in outlook. And if, as the odds seem to be showing, Obama wins, we're really looking at another shade of Bernanke gray. That's not to say necessarily that these policies are great or will be successful, but rather that we're not looking at a step change in what the Fed's going to be doing next year under a new administration or under a second Obama administration. And that, for me, is probably today's big takeaway.